Well, hello there and welcome to Working Wednesday with Coach S Goddess Karen Eileen Gordon. Woohoo! That is me. This is your brain on VO mindset must. We're going to talk all about why your voiceover brain is different than the average brain in a good way and how to take care of it. Most of us can relate to this. My brain has too many tabs open. Especially as an artist and a voiceover artist, there are a lot of things we need to keep straight. Our brains are working very hard, and that's in addition to all of our life responsibilities. If you're in another artistic pathway, you've got lots of sections of the brain firing all at once, and the brain is royal, obviously, this adorable little crown here, and deserves to be treated with tremendous respect. Here's a fun fact. There's only 12% of the thoughts we have every day that are conscious, which means 88% are unconscious. So, when we have stress, and voiceover stress in particular is what we're going to be addressing here, sometimes we know where it's from and sometimes we do not. And so we walk into the booth like this, feeling like this. And really, that's the opposite of where we want to be to tell our stories. Shoulders hunched over, head in the hand, staring into the screen, hoping that there are answers. We're going to do better than that today because I'm going to share with you how to not do this when you are in your booth trying to work out what to do with the spot, that we all have felt that way. Shift happens. And what I mean by that is the voiceover artist's brain needs a little bit of extra care and love more so than the civilian brain because the demands and the ideas required from you as a voiceover artist are up leveled. And so the tools that you use to take care of yourself and to calm down, take care of your brain, also need to be up leveled. I like to call this radical self care. Many of you have taken classes with me, know that I bring that into every workshop. So I'm going to give you some really bright ideas today for getting to know your brain, your voiceover brain in particular, and how to authentically shift into a lovely grounded place where you can access your good ideas and your intuition and your gorgeous character creation and your beautiful storytelling in a way that feels authentic, right? So we don't want you to pretend that you're not cranky if you're cranky when you step into the booth. I want to give you tools to actually shift into a new place. So, what in the world does that look like? One of the first things that I want to suggest is that you just ask yourself the question before you open your mouth to record. Where am I at today? Where am I? Where is my brain? How am I feeling? What is my emotional state? What's going on in my body? Some of you are already doing this. It's a great idea to just do a teeny check in. Literally takes 30 seconds, and it will help you plug in to your authentic, beautiful treasure chest of goodies in a way that you can't if you don't ask those questions. And we want you to plug in. I want you to plug in. We're going to walk through an exercise today that you can use anytime before you sit down to help calibrate your brain before you start recording. Beautiful. So it almost goes without saying, but I like to say it because I need to be reminded. So I'm reminding myself and I'm reminding you here. When you sit down to record and do your beautiful, authentic storytelling, everything that's going on in your life, in your world, comes into that storytelling, into your voice, channels into that microphone, gets poured into the spot. So I want you to have tools to allow you to be conscious of what that is rather than unconscious. I keep using the example of cranky because cranky can be adorable. We can turn the spectrum up. You can be having a horrible day and be depressed. You could feel like breaking plates. You can be gorgeous and happy. You can be anywhere on the human spectrum. I just want you to have sovereignty over that dial. And I want you to bring your wonder and your curiosity into the booth with you. As I said earlier, shift happens. And one of the biggest ways and the quickest ways that happens is through the breath. And there's something called alternate nostril breathing. And those of you who have been with me for a minute know that I adore this technique. It is what it sounds like. It's breathing out of the opposite sides of your nose. We're going to go through it here. I'm going to give you a dose of this on this beautiful 6-minute working Wednesday. so that you can feel joy and pour that joy or whatever emotion you consciously want to pour into your story. Pour it in consciously when you're doing your voiceover recording so that the people who receive your beautiful storytelling gift on the other end get what you're meaning to send them. And that's just a cool thing to think about here as well, if you haven't. It's very good for your voiceover brain and your mindset to take a moment and think about all the humans who are going to hear your voice. Whether it's an audition or contracted work, you have an audience ranging from small to mighty. Even if it's just in the audition stage, you impact people. Your life, your storytelling, what you're putting out into the world makes a difference. People take you with them. You are capable of amazing things. And one of the ways to make sure you bring that out into the world is to take really good care of yourself and your brain. So we're going to do that exercise. Here we go. One of the reasons I love alternate nostril breathing so much is that there's some really interesting studies that show that when we get stressed out or anxious or anything other than peaceful, calm, happy, when we get into the other realm of those emotions, the two hemispheres of the brain, this is what we know to date. We're constantly learning, and 100 years from now, they'll look back and go, oh, wasn't that adorable what they thought about the brain? At the moment, what we think is that when we get stressed out or cranky or anxious, the two halves of the brain literally stop talking to each other, the left and right. They go to opposite sides of the room, they cross their hands, they turn their backs to each other. And then what happens in our body depends on your body and how sensitive you are. But in general, you feel scattered, you feel potentially disconnected, you can feel offline. And that's literally because your brain is like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to sit down at the table with that guy or girl or that entity. So, alternate nostril breathing, and again, either 30 to 60 seconds, a short amount of time, gets the two hemispheres of the brain talking to each other and gives you access to your best ideas and your most beautiful storytelling. So, unless you're driving, if you're driving, please wait until you are stopped and not in heavy machinery before you try this, because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. So, if you're in some place you can close your eyes, I want you to go ahead and do that. And we're going to talk you through, again, 30 to 60 seconds of alternate nostril breathing. Now, take any finger you want, and you're going to block your right nostril. And I'm going to do it, so I'm going to sound funny. And you're going to breathe in through the left to a count of 4, and then I'll instruct you. We're always going to do a 4 count because that's easier. So relax. I want you to shake it out. Shake out your hands and your feet. Just notice how you are in your chair. Get comfy. We held a lot of tension in our hands and feet and our shoulders. So waggle it out gently. Then block your right nostril. Breathe in to the count of 4 in 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the left. Breathe out of the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the right. Breathe out through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a beat. Breathe in through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the left. Breathe out through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last round. Breathe in through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the right. Breathe out through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big breath in and out with some sound. One more. Deep breath in and out with some sound. Beautiful. I want you to just notice and do a gentle check-in and see if that 30 seconds-ish of alternate nostril breathing helped you to get any closer to a beautiful place of calmness or relaxation or neutrality. If you were somewhere very heightened, just see if there was a difference. And if this is new to you and if you're in a particularly riled up state, maybe it'll take a minute or a minute and a half or 2 minutes, but it doesn't take an hour. And you don't have to be on a yoga mat, though I adore yoga mats. And you don't have to be on a massage table, though I adore massage tables. The reason I want to give you this for the care and feeding of your voiceover brain is that it works almost immediately. It is free. You can do it anytime. There's no downside to breathing for a minute or two anytime you feel like you need it, and especially before you step in front of your mic. It's been my joy to be with you. This has been Working Wednesdays. I have been and continue to be Coach S Goddess Karen Eileen Gordon. This is Your Brain on VO Mindset Musts. Look forward to seeing you next time.